Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video right here on Solana. We're back with a full update. We'll talk about some interesting things. I mean, obviously, we'll talk about the price action of Solana, which hasn't been amazing, but honestly, the price action in the entire market over the course of this week hasn't been amazing. For those of you who also watch Bitcoin, you know what happened. I mean, yesterday, over the course of the New York session or the US session after the NYO, we had quite a lot of momentum, high volume, strong moves for Bitcoin, and we retraced overnight the entire move, right? Which is, well, definitely not a sign of strong markets. And if we specifically take a look at Solana right here, you can see the same. We had a high volume, decent move. We left some fair value gaps, some imbalances to the downside, which, you know, if we were in half decent market circumstances, you would at least get some support there. And Solana, yeah, I mean, on the 30-minute time frame, we found some support, but if you go to the 1 hour time frame, it seems like no support at all was found. So we're back at the same levels. We're back on, at least on Coinbase, at the yearly rolling VWAP and the bottom of the range that Solana has been forming, as you can see, since Friday 1.5 weeks ago when we crashed. So purely technically, that is the situation. And honestly, you know, when we're talking about the fundamentals, which I obviously like to keep you updated on, fundamentals have been like the fundamentals for Solana and the growth of those in times where, you know, the price was actually relatively still was one of the key reasons why I bought quite a lot of Solana in August that I sold later on in September at a good profit, right? So fundamentals, what I'm trying to say with that, fundamentals can help you, but at this point of time, like the fundamentals for Solana are not bad, all right? I do want to stress that, but there's also no improvement or no increase in the TVL or the DEX trading volumes that makes me say, okay, there's some sort of momentum coming towards Solana. And if you take a look at DEX Screener, right? So if you take a look at what's happening on chain, it's also still primarily like yes, of course there is some Solana going on, but it's primarily BNB. And yesterday it was very much base as well, and not Solana. So fundamentally there's no strength. Now what I thought was interesting is the ETF inflows through the Rex Osprey ETF. That's the only Solana ETF that's approved at this point of time. It's a bit of a strange ETF, but okay. It's a bit of a tracker that's gaining quite a lot of inflows, or at least it gained quite a lot of inflows on Monday. So that's good to see. But and I've seen some people talking about that. That's why I wanted to address it. But it's still like, if you look at the total Solana that's being bought through the ETF, it's minimal and it has no price effect, or at least it's not expected to have a price effect. And given the fact that we're still going to get those other ETFs, for example, also Grayscale, which has a lot of supply overhang, aka Grayscale holds a lot of Solana in its trust. That trust will be converted to an ETF, and then it can be sold more easily. So it can actually be bearish to get a Solana ETF. For those reasons, I don't expect any momentum from that. There's no momentum we can expect from the other fundamentals we just looked at. So I would say it's most likely, you know, when I'm talking about how I view Bitcoin, which I did in my video this morning. So if you're interested in that in depth, then check that out. But if I combine that with the S&P 500, volatility index, gold, Russell 2000, I would say it is most likely that Solana is going to hold this consolidation right here. And that also means that we can get a move back up to the top of the consolidation towards $200. But we have a massive resistance level there, and there's no momentum right now to even suggest that we can break out of that. So I will keep you updated on Solana and everything you need to know. But at this point of time, what you need to know is that it looks most likely that we will just stay in this range. And with bad luck, we get some bad news over the course of today, and we're going to push down lower. And pushing down lower can be quite disastrous, right? The next major high time frame support level is at 144. But I'll keep you updated on that. I wouldn't be too worried about that for now, but I also wouldn't, I don't think right now is the best time to stack up on a lot of Solana, at least not short to medium term. Long term, it's different. But those are my thoughts for now. That's sort of thing you need to know. So thank you for watching. Take care and bye.